This is Mike. Mike is an 11 handicap whose goal is usually to break 90. But today is different. Today, you're gonna watch Mike go low.
Nicely done, nicely done. Go in that hole.
All right, guys, we got an exciting one today. We're at Wiltwick. Of course, we've never played before, and this video is sponsored by Ripstick. Mike and I have been using them for some speed training. We'll let you know more about that in a minute, but let's head over to the first tee. I've been excited about this course because the day we caught out here is perfect, and this place looks real nice. All right, so Wiltwick. I think there's definitely a case to be made for this being a hidden gem, and it might not be for the reason you expect. We're gonna talk about that more in a second, but first, just starting on that first tee, you got a long par 4. There's a lot of tee box options here, but we played it even one up from the back, and we're still looking at over 400 yards on the first hole. So you better hope that driver is ready to go right out the gate. But the good news is you've got a little bit of room to hit driver here on the first hole. In fact, what you'll see is that the first 2 holes give you a little bit of a sense of security that you're gonna end up wishing you had later on in the round, because after those first 2 holes, things get tight. So you're definitely gonna see that coming up. But that first hole, really nice. You stand on that first tee box, you see the Catskill Mountains off in the distance, you think, we're gonna have a day out here.
Two guys who haven't played golf in a couple weeks. Maybe that's the trick.
Every now and then, right?
Love it. Love when you get off to a strong start like that. We did not roll putts before we came out here.
This is all about pace. I'm just gonna try to get the pace right. Feel happy with that pace.
Did you crank it? Seems fast.
No. It's not lightning, but it's also, what do you call it?
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
Oh.
There you go. Just wanted to make your life a little more stressful, that's all.
Oh my God. All right, so par out of the gate, it feels great. Moving on to number 2.
So the second hole here, par 5, you definitely want to use this as an opportunity to score because it's only gonna get harder from here. In fact, the first and the second hole, it kind of almost gives you a false sense of security because the tee shots are pretty wide open, especially compared to as we start to move further into this course. It gets tight, and you're gonna see that real soon.
It's not gonna hurt you. Same as you, run it.
Yeah, just let it run.
It's fine, we'll take it. Green and regulation, my friend.
That's it, man.
Yep.
Look at the undulations, though. I think we're gonna see a lot of this today.
Yeah, a lot of hills.
A lot of uneven lies. It's gonna be even the fairway can get tricky out here. Ooh, it hit something. Come on, baby.
Not bad miss. Two good pars right there.
For real, the pressure putts are going in here.
They are, thanks.
Well done. So we step up to this third hole and we get the first sense of what people warned us about this course being tight. It looks like you're staring down a hallway. The trees lining both sides, barely on the outside of the fairways. And as you look up into those tree canopies, the way those trees grow in, it only gets tighter. So the window you're hitting this ball through is super, super narrow.
Look at the fade. Look at this guy. Who is he?
Short though, but that's okay.
But still, dude, what a flight path.
I don't mind. Play it. Just keep it on line on this hole. That's all.
Great.
Just keep it on line. That looks good.
Yeah, that's where I wanted it. That's where I wanted it.
Nice.
Release. Okay.
Got any more of those big bombs in you?
I think so. I don't want to make a double. Like this bogey save would be really nice.
You've already made a lot of feet worth of putt.
I did.
That's got to feel confident.
So far, yeah. Confidence is at an all-time high with putting right now. I just want to see, how is this one going to break? It looks like it's going this way. I know that. Looks like it's going to straighten out at the end, so I'm going to go right, left edge. Oh!
I thought that was a great line, honestly.
I thought it was going to fall right in.
Yep.
All right, I would have loved that up and down just to salvage a bogey, but double bogeys do happen. But guys, stay with me because today's going to turn out to be magical. That's probably the last mistake I make. Fourth hole was interesting. You know, I tried to turn a drive, but if I can go back and play this hole again, I would have taken less off the tee. I ended up hitting drive just straight. It went through the fairway onto the 5th So I had to scramble out of the gate. And yeah, again, if I could do it again, I would take less club. That's just that smart golf. And trust me, I learned my lesson from this hole. So I hit that second shot. It was great. It was heading towards the green, but it just ended up in a bunker. Not too long ago, I've learned a couple of great tips from our good friend Greg is throw the sand where you want the ball to land. Guys, there's a free tip for you. Think about that, because it was working today.
My man's putting today.
Let him in, baby. Nice
yes.
putt.
You know how that bogey feels like a par.
That probably feels like a birdie.
Now we get up to the 5th hole. It's our first par 3 of the day, and it's a long one. You know, playing from those blue tees, you played at 190 yards. Again, I mean, I can imagine this being a really tough course if you tip it out. If you took it all the way back to the tips, you're talking about 210 to a tough shot. So here it's, again, just play it smart. These greens, you can see them from the air. They're tiny, they're not big targets, and most of them are protected by greenside bunkers. So first par 3, this one's a tester.
All right, not too bad. 190-yard par 3. We're both on the green. Come on, what do you say? Struck it well, both hit 6-iron, flushed them. We're on here, 2 birdie putts. Frank's gonna go first. Let's see if he could drain it.
It did not break, actually.
Interesting.
It did not. Thought for sure. If anything, after the hole, it broke the other way.
Yeah.
That's wild. Well, hopefully you pick up something from that.
It is gonna double break. Wow, it's going this way, and at the end it's going. So we're gonna go right at it.
It's when you split the old difference.
That's it. A little bit harder.
Good pace.
Take that par.
Yep. One thing I've really been working on, and a strategy I'm gonna stick to all day today here at Wiltwyck, is this idea of, instead of chasing birdies to lower my score, I'm just looking to avoid the big numbers. I have had countless spots where I go back and kick myself because I played too risky of a shot, got too aggressive in certain areas, and I end up with a double or a triple bogey. To me, a day of pars is perfectly fine by me, and it helps me hit my scoring goals. So today the goal is just gonna be play it safe where needed, you know, nothing too overly conservative, but play it safe where needed and just avoid the big numbers. And that's the litmus test for every shot I hit today, is whether or not this shot increases my chance of putting a big number on the card.
All right.
All right, so here we go, 7th tee box. This is one that, again, that everyone kind of warned us about. They said there's 2 holes really to look out for. It's 7 and 9, and you can see why. 7 is a par 5, but it just gets tighter and tighter as you get closer to that green.
The 7th hole was, man, it could have went so much worse than it did. I ended up hitting my drive out. It was red stakes, so I got the drop. That was great, and I ended up moving the 3-wood up to maybe 100 yards left. And here I am standing over my 4th shot, just thinking, get the ball on the green here. It's a par 5. These should be the scoring holes. Let's not make a mess of it. And, you know, with 1 penalty already on the hole, this could have easily become an 8.
Go in, go in. Oh. Yes. Yeah.
That's one hell of a bogey.
For real though, the putting though today.
That's it. Putting is everything, boys. I mean, that up and down for bogey on 7 was one of the best I've ever had. I mean, that bogey felt like a par.
So I mentioned before that I thought this place is a hidden gem. Well, first of all, it's a Robert Trent Jones designed golf course. You can tell that it's been very, very well maintained. You can see it. This place clearly, you know, I'm sure it gets a lot of play, and it's still very lush. Everything's in great condition, especially the greens. I always look at the greens, and the greens here look tremendous. But I think the reason why it's a hidden gem, and this is not too far from where Mike and I usually play, yet neither one of us had heard of it. And I think the big reason for that is that this course was private for a long time. It only very recently went semi-private and opened up to the public. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple people who are feeling like we're spoiling their secret a little bit by showing this course here today. But yeah, this one is definitely one that you can play it now, put it on your radar, and definitely give it a look, because as you'll see as we continue to play, it's a fun course, it's a challenging course, and it's in great condition. So to me, that checks a lot of boxes when it comes to uncovering a hidden gem.
Ninth hole, they make you think on this one, that's for sure. I mean, you've got trouble left with the whole driving range, trees left, and then on the right, it's just all water. So you gotta hit a good drive here. And they make you think because you want to leave driver in the bag and pull out a 3-wood or something, but on a hole this long, you just can't. I mean, 9 was a beast from the blues. I mean, to be exact, we're talking 426 yards. So you kind of have to hit driver. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Here's a shot that's got a 0.0001% success rate.
Hey, we're just happy it's dry.
Yeah.
But we got 170 to the pin. Water comes all the way up to the hole pretty much. There's trees in this power line.
Dude, you got this.
Right? Right?
I got so much confidence in you hitting a nice draw over those trees to the green. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this guy. I didn't see it come down, did you?
No!
It didn't come down at all?
I never saw it actually come down.
I never saw it come out of the sky. Is it up in a tree? I don't think it's possible. Maybe it's just on the other side, we didn't see it.
Well, forget my route. This is the where you actually want to be, if anybody's wondering.
Right? No fade. No fade, ball below my feet. All right, we're putting.
All right, you're putting, man.
Could have sworn it was gonna go this way. Not enough up, not enough up. Wasn't even my spot. I wanted to be out there and I missed it.
You had the right idea about that hill.
That dirt patch, I wanted to be left of it and I didn't hit it.
A lot of speed.
Right here. It felt good to make 6 pars on the front 9. Maybe today will be the day where I shoot my best round. Who knows?
You know, coming off of our recent Inside the Gates series where we featured some of the best golf courses in New Jersey, places like Baltusrol and Somerset, super private, super exclusive. It's very easy to get spoiled by these experiences. And I think what can happen is that you can come away from that and then see a course like this and just not be as overwhelmed as you'd otherwise be if you didn't have those opportunities. So I have to be able to like kind of recalibrate and set that aside and just think, this is a terrific golf course. Nicely done, nicely done. Go in that hole. Yes!
Let's go, baby!
Well,
that's how we do it.
Well done.
Whoa! All right, that birdie was exceptional. I mean, hole outs for birdie don't happen at all. Birdie's putting happened very rare, so that was awesome. It felt good because it was the first hole on the new 9, so it was kind of like a refresher. It's like getting out on a new round with a great score out of the gate. So loved getting birdie there. Moving on here, par 3. Maybe we keep something going here. All right, pin high.
Can he go back-to-back birdies here?
Want it, I really want it.
Guys putting today. You never know.
It could happen. I just got to read this from both sides. Got to stay consistent with my putting method today.
When it's working, you better.
Yeah, don't give up on the back 9 when you get lazy. Just don't do it. It looks dead straight.
This guy found something.
Let's go. I don't know what I found, but man, does it feel good.
Whatever you found, keep it.
I know. Birdie, birdie, baby. Incredible putt for birdie. Long putt. I was confident. Like I said, I've been confident all day in putting, so felt good. That's 2 in a row. Going for 3. This is my 9, guys. This is it.
All right, guys, so like I said, this video is sponsored by Ripstick. We recently partnered with them. We've heard in the comments, time for us to get our swing speed up. So we've been working on it, and we've absolutely been loving this system so far. Ripstick is the only speed training system with a free iOS and Android mobile app. There's also over 4 different levels of training. And the best part about it, it's all contained in this one system. You only need the one stick. And believe it or not, with this, you've got 8 different weighting combinations. In fact, you can go from 270 grams all the way up to 420 grams, just swapping out the weights and the counterweight in the Ripstick. It also provides great auditory feedback when you swing it. And here's the best part. Right now, they're giving you a free swing analysis when you purchase Ripstick. It's a $90 value, and maybe even better, you get 20% off when you use our discount code Golficity. So you're gonna see a whole lot more of this from us. We're gonna be using it and training, especially throughout the off season, and hopefully getting those swing speed numbers up. Stay tuned for more on that. But in the meantime, if you are ever thinking about trying some swing speed training, and who doesn't want a little more swing speed, now's the time to do it. Go check out Ripstick. We're loving it so far. I'm sure you will too. So I'll tell you what, it's about this time that I'm starting to realize Mike is definitely on to something. You know, I'm watching him roll these putts, and I'm not talking about like tap-ins here. I'm talking about 8, 10, 12 footers just keep going in. And under pressure too, because a lot of these putts were for par. And I'm just realizing like his confidence has got to be building.
Still gonna make birdie. It's gonna be 3 in a row, I promise you. Here we go.
It's a par 5.
It's a par 5.
A par 5.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna hit a 7-iron and try to get it down there to a comfortable wedge. Get on the green, putt for birdie.
Guy makes 2 birdies. I love the confidence.
This game's all confidence, baby.
That's it, man. Putting's been all confidence then. It's
really
working.
Just get out to the fairway. Now it's gonna be a long way home, but
it is tough when that tree catches the backswing.
yeah.
That always messes me up.
Always.
It's a fleeting moment in golf life, but you feel it when, like, I think Jordan Spieth once said, it's like looking at the cup looks like a dinner plate. And I'm like, I think this guy's got it. I think he's got that going right now. And again, I'm not the type of person who looks at the scorecard, because I know that messes with my mental game. So I don't really look at it as I go. But I'm like, it doesn't take a genius right now to realize Mike's putting something together here.
No, too far right. As
Just
soon as I hit it, I knew.
pushed it right up.
Pushed it right.
Yep.
All right.
So the 13th hole here, again, we got a blind tee shot. And it's kind of quirky because you've got these power lines hanging down. And it's just like, you realize your ball could catch one of those, you know, they're right there in that window. But here again, it's just like playing it for the first time. In a couple spots, we kind of like drive up just to kind of see what we had, because there's a lot of sneaky ways you can get into trouble here. But again, you know, anytime you have what even appears to be a little bit of a wider tee shot, you figure these are your opportunities to kind of get after it a little bit, because there's not a lot of places you can pull driver out here. So 14th hole, here we go again. I mean, look at this tee shot. Where are you gonna put this thing? I mean, if you are a person who relies on curving the ball and are not able to hit it straight, you're really in big trouble. I mean, you can try to line up as far as you can on one or the other side of the tee box, but if you started out too far right or left, you are in the trees. So here again, like, all I can really do is hit whatever club I can rely on going straightest, but still cover some distance. We're talking about a 390-yard hole. So it's not like you can just say, hey, I'll pull a 7-iron here. You know, you have to still get some distance. So just one more example of some really tough tee shots out here. Learn that from James Nicholas.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
Nice 2-putt. Man, this guy.
Thank you.
The putt.
This is the moment where I want to say, I wasn't feeling any nerves at all. I wasn't getting nervous at this point, but I knew what was ahead. I knew I was on track. And on the 15th hole, at this point, I am literally even through 5. So even through 5 with 4 more to play on this back 9, and already shooting a 42 on the front. If I go even all the way through, I shoot 36 on the back, which then makes 78, which would be my best score ever by 1 stroke. After hitting an incredible tee shot here on 15, my strategy was from here on, just get the ball on the green, 2-putt for par, the next 4 holes, and get in the car and get out of here. That was my strategy.
It's all right, everything's in range by this guy's putting.
Love it.
Everything's in range, it don't matter.
I love the confidence.
Yeah.
It's great.
Not bad.
Let him in the door, baby.
Yes.
So great 2-putt par on this tricky green on 15. So now we've got 3 more to play, and these 3 aren't easy. We've got a par 3, par 5, and a par 4. They're all very different. So I knew what was in store for me. I knew what the task was. I knew what I had to do. So I just tried to execute it for the last 3 holes.
Oh, baby, be good. What a shot.
Thanks, it rolled off front.
Did it? Come
Had
on.
a little action on it.
Looked so
Looked
good.
so good. Get him up there. Get him on the floor. Yeah, he's up there.
As long as it covers those bunkers, we're happy.
Yeah.
Let's go. Just. This guy don't three-putt. Doesn't happen.
Not
in
today,
his
baby, not
vocab.
today.
Not in his vocabulary.
After I made that putt, that's when it became real. That's when it really sank in. 2 holes to go with a short par 5 coming up. So if I make birdie on this and par, maybe 77, 78, even 79, match my best.
All right, so by the 17th hole, now I'm just thinking, I'm just gonna get out of Mike's way as much as I can, right? And I'm just like, I got a feeling, again, that he's on to something. I'm not looking at the scorecard, but I know he's on to something. So here you've got a par 5. It does turn left. That's a little bit more of my shot shape. And admittedly, this is one where I kind of let it rip a little bit more than maybe I needed to. So I really caught a hold of my drive here, and it ended up hitting the road. But I was lucky enough that if nothing else, that was not, at least it's not marked OB. I didn't see any white stakes. So I was lucky it kind of kicked a little bit and kicked to a spot where I could still play it. But yeah, here I'm just kind of watching Mike and just saying, like, any way I can kind of support what he's doing right now, because he's on to something.
Oh, it didn't curl back.
I thought it would turn too. My man.
Yes!
My man does not three-putt. I love it.
All right, here we go. 18. It's a par 4, and it was somewhat long. It was just under 400 yards from the tees we were playing. So I knew I had to get a really good drive on it. The good news for me, my miss is right, and to the right of me was 17's fairway.
Might be going across the street. No.
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 It's not OB. If it's over there, it's like how I played the last hole. You can play it.
That'll be fun.
This rough out here, guys, is no joke. It's no joke in some spots. Definitely one more club.
Yeah. This is it, man. This is it. I got her right there.
I don't even, if I'm you, I'm not even pin hunting, because pin hunting brings those 2 bunkers in.
Yeah.
Left is safer, but you do you, man. Did you carry it?
I don't know. The ball came down and before I came out of here, so
All right.
it looked like it was going the right spot.
I knew that rough had taken something off it. I'm like, if he's short, he's in that bunker. And I had aimed way left of the bunkers because I was so afraid of them. But I got nervous for him here because I know it means a lot, this hole, and I'm thinking he's in probably the gnarliest bunker we've seen all day. Sometimes all you can do is stand on the side, hold the camera, and hold your breath. What a good shot.
Go in. Go in the hole. And just like that, my new record, 78. Let's go.
That's awesome. Nicely done. Well done.
There it is. It felt good. 78. I mean, that's my lowest round ever. I got something now to strive to maybe beat. Playing again tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's a new day. Maybe I could beat it then. But Wiltwick was great. I highly suggest if you're in the area, you get a chance to play it, go play it. Give it a shot. Seems like a hidden gem in the state of New York. Of course, I've never heard of. Like I said, I've seen it, never heard of it. But overall, today's a day I will never forget.